Welcome to my channel, where there is no mercy or comfort. If you love fear, you're in the wrong place and risking your life because what I present is aimed only at dear hearts. What I'm about to tell you is not innocent things, but sick things. I will talk about the terrifying and frightening things I have found in the world, or within myself, or in this video. But before I begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to receive notifications of more scary videos. And if you dare, leave a comment below the video and tell me your opinion. But be careful, you may regret it. Now, without further delay, let's delve into the world of horror, but don't expect to come out unscathed. Scary story. The mist was thick and cold, enveloping the forest in a shroud of mystery. The travelers could barely see a few feet ahead of them, relying on their flashlights to illuminate the path. They'd been hiking for hours, hoping to find a way out of the woods, but their efforts seemed futile. The forest seemed endless, and their compasses were useless. They had no idea where they were or how they got there. They had been a group of 6 adventurous friends who had decided to explore the ancient forest as part of their vacation. They had heard rumors of its mysterious beauty, its hidden secrets, and its dark legends. They had been eager to see it for themselves, to experience the thrill of the unknown. They had rented a cabin near the edge of the forest and set off early in the morning, armed with backpacks, cameras, and maps. They had been having a great time, marveling at the sights and sounds of the forest, snapping pictures of the wildlife and the scenery. They had followed a trail that seemed to lead deeper into the woods, curious to see what lay beyond. They had not noticed the mist creeping up on them, slowly obscuring their vision and their sense of direction. They had not realized they were walking into a trap until it was too late. They had been walking for a while when they noticed that the trail had vanished. They had tried to retrace their steps, but they could not find it. They had tried to use their compasses, but they spun wildly, pointing in different directions. They had tried to use their phones, but they had no signal. They had tried to calm themselves, but they felt a growing panic. They had no idea where they were or how to get back. They had decided to stick together and keep walking. They had hoped to find a road, a sign, a landmark, anything that could help them. But they found nothing, only more trees, more mist, more silence. They felt like they were walking in circles, getting nowhere. They felt like they were being watched by something unseen. They felt like they were not alone. They had been walking for hours when they saw it. A mansion. A huge, imposing, decrepit mansion, standing in the middle of the forest like a ghost from the past. It looked ancient and abandoned and sinister. It looked like it did not belong there. It looked like it was waiting for them. They felt a surge of hope and fear and curiosity. Maybe there was someone inside, someone who could help them. Maybe there was a phone, a radio, a car, something that could get them out of there. Maybe there was a clue, a secret, a mystery, something that could explain what was going on. They decided to check it out, despite their misgivings. They had no other choice. They approached the mansion, cautiously, nervously, warily. They noticed the details, the cracks, the cobwebs, the decay. They noticed the windows, the doors, the locks, the chains. They noticed the signs, the warnings, the blood. They noticed the smell the rot, the death, the evil. They wished they had not. They found a door that was slightly ajar and pushed it open, slowly, quietly, bravely. They stepped inside and felt a chill, a shiver, a dread. They turned on their flashlights and saw the horror, the darkness, the madness. They saw the walls, the floors, the ceilings, the stairs. They saw the paintings, the portraits, the mirrors, the eyes. They saw the furniture, the books, the candles, the bones. They saw the shadows, the shapes, the movements, the whispers. They saw the mansion, and the mansion saw them. They wished they had never entered. They wished they had never seen. They wished they had never come. They wished they could leave, but they could not. The door slammed shut behind them with a loud, final, ominous sound. They were trapped. They were doomed. They were in hell. They screamed, they ran, they fought, they hid. They tried everything they could to escape, to survive, to live. But it was useless. The mansion was alive, and it wanted them dead. It played with them, toyed with them, tortured them. It showed them things, horrible things, things that made them wish they were blind. It made them hear things, terrible things, things that made them wish they were deaf. It made them feel things, awful things, things that made them wish they were numb. It showed them their fears, their regrets, their sins. It showed them their past, their present, their future. It showed them their friends, their enemies, their loved ones. It showed them their deaths, their corpses, their souls. It showed them the truth, the lies, the secrets. It showed them the mansion, and the mansion showed them. They learned the history of the mansion, the horror of the mansion, the mystery of the mansion. They learned that it was built by a madman, a genius, a monster. They learned that he was a scientist, a cultist, a summoner. They learned that he was obsessed with the occult, with the unknown, with the forbidden. They learned that he had performed experiments, rituals, sacrifices. They learned that he had contacted entities, beings, gods. They learned that he had made a deal, a pact, a bargain. They learned that he had paid a price, a toll, a tribute. They learned that he had unleashed a power, a force, a terror. They learned that he had created the mansion, and the mansion had created him. They learned that the mansion was a portal, a gateway, a bridge. They learned that it connected worlds, dimensions, realities. They learned that it opened doors, windows, cracks. They learned that it allowed things, creatures, horrors. They learned that it attracted them, lured them, fed them. They learned that it housed them, sheltered them, protected them. They learned that it served them, worshipped them, obeyed them. They learned that it was their home, their temple, their throne. They learned that it was their mansion, and the mansion was theirs. They learned that they were not the first, not the last, not the only. They learned that there had been others, many others, countless others. They learned that they had come, they had died. They learned that they had been curious, adventurous, foolish. They learned that they had been lost, trapped, doomed. They learned that they had been hunted, haunted, devoured. They learned that they had been toys, pawns, offerings. They learned that they had been victims, prey, food. They learned that they had been part of the game, part of the plan, part of the deal. They learned that they had been part of the mansion, and the mansion had been part of them. They learned that they had no hope, no chance, no escape. They learned that they had no choice, no control, no free will. They learned that they had no voice, no say, no power. They learned that they had no rights, no dignity, no respect. They learned that they had no purpose, no meaning, no value. They learned that they had no life, no soul, no existence. They learned that they had nothing, nothing, nothing. They learned that they were nothing, nothing, nothing. They learned that they were nothing to the mansion, and the mansion was everything to them. They learned too much, too late, too soon. They learned the hard way, the painful way, the only way. They learned the truth, the whole truth, the final truth. They learned the truth about the forest, the mist, the mansion. They learned the truth about themselves, their friends, their fate. They learned the truth about the entities, the beings, the gods. They learned the truth about the mansion, and the mansion learned the truth about them. They learned that the mansion was not a mansion, not a building. They learned that it was a creature, a monster, a god. They learned that it was alive, sentient, aware. They learned that it was ancient, powerful, supreme. They learned that it was hungry, thirsty, greedy. They learned that it was evil, wicked, cruel. They learned that it was the master, the ruler, the lord. They learned that it was the mansion, and the mansion was it. They learned that it knew them, it saw them, it heard them. They learned that it understood them, it read them, it felt them. They learned that it hated them, it despised them, it loathed them. They learned that it wanted them, it needed them, it craved them. They learned that it played with them, it toyed with them, it tortured them. They learned that it hunted them, it haunted them, it devoured them. They learned that it killed them, it destroyed them, it erased them. They learned that it consumed them, it absorbed them, it assimilated them. They learned that it became them, it was them, it is them. They learned that it was the mansion, and the mansion was them. They learned too much, and they paid the price. They learned the truth, and they lost their lives. They learned the secret, and they became the secret. They learned the horror, and they became the horror. They learned the terror, and they became the terror. They learned the mansion, and they became the mansion. They are the mansion, and the mansion is them. The end. Thank you for joining us for this spine-tingling story. We hope you found it both thrilling and thought-provoking. If you enjoyed this video, please consider participating in our channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing it with your friends. Your support goes a long way in helping us create more engaging content for you. Goodbye, and may you always tread carefully in the world of the unknown.